When you were 8, your mum left the family, walked out and went to England. Do you remember that day?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, of course. I seem to remember very clearly, but the day I can remember like a film. I was 8, so people ask me, you know, what was it like with your parents? And I can't really tell you. I don't really remember the machinations, and it was probably for a good reason. It was probably kept from me, you know. You know, I do remember it, and you know, there's obviously my family in Australia watching this, and I can honestly say, and I don't want to be shortchanging you either, Andrew, but it really didn't have the kind of effect that you might imagine, because I think both my parents, for their differences with each other or their marriage, whether it worked or not, both my parents, I never felt anything but 100% love from, you know. And of course my father I grew up with, I have a fantastic relationship with, and my relationship with my mum is, I would say, pretty healthy too, you know. And I'm not exactly sure why that is, except, as I said before, I feel like I've always felt, I think my brothers and sisters always felt loved by them. Whether their marriage could work or not, that's another issue, probably not great to chat about now, but I think I always felt 100% love from them, you know.
That's really interesting, because your mum actually wasn't there for quite some years. How did you maintain that relationship with her? How were you able to do that?
You know, I think for many years I didn't think it would always be like that. I thought, you know, they'd get back together or something. I don't know, you know, I was pretty young. But, you know, I won't say it was hard at times, but I did. My mum always came back and spent time together, and I mean, I think people would be mainly wondering, or you're probably wondering, how do you have that relationship with your mum? But it just grew, I think, as I became older. I just sort of had some understanding that she was, you know, she'd had troubles, you know, and I don't want to get into the full details about it, but, you know, there were circumstances that were extraordinary, you know, for her. And so, for me anyway, I got to understand it.
When Deborah was on the show a few weeks ago, your gorgeous wife, who just, you know, I want to make mine one day, Hugh, and I don't want you to take any umbrage. When she was on a few weeks ago, she had this to say about you.
I believe that we do have, you know, soulmates or partners in this life. And when I met Hugh, there was just a click. And it wasn't, you know, love at first sight. Like the second day I looked at him, and it was just, I knew there was a knowingness. And I sort of felt like he got me, and he was cute, but it wasn't just about that. There was something that just gelled. And I mean, I looked at him then and thought, this man will be in my life as a friend. And then it developed into something else.
It certainly did. Why is Deborah Lee...
Come on, Andrew. It was my money. It's not my money. Deb and I just celebrated our 8th wedding anniversary yesterday, and I said something, and I won't tell you all the things I wrote in a card, obviously, but I said something in a card to her that I will share with you, which was, I love our wedding anniversary because it reminds me that everything is right in the world. I think... you know, of all the things that have happened to me in my life, of all the ups and downs or the lucky strokes or whatever, the most fortuitous thing that happened to me was meeting Deb, because I knew 100% that was what was the right thing to do. And I'm a relatively indecisive person, by the way, but that was the one thing I knew 100%, that she was going to be my lifelong partner. So whatever happens for us, and the great joy of becoming parents, or whatever, the travel, or what's happened in my career, and whether things go down into whatever happens, I know that I'm meant to be doing it with Deb, and that and with Oscar as well, you know.